Hi Virgo, here is your general reading for the month of July 2017. Now, I don't normally give big speeches before I start your reading, but I just wanted to say that this July is the 1-year anniversary for me doing readings on YouTube. And, you know, I can't believe how quick this first year has gone. And the thing that I haven't mentioned actually in the other messages that I've left on the other readings today is that unlike some other readers on YouTube, in fact, a lot of the readers on YouTube, they had actually been reading tarot probably for a long time, many years before coming to YouTube. For me, it was the complete opposite. The very first time I started to record a year ago in July was the very first time that I really started to read the tarot and feel a connection with it. So really, it's been a journey for me this first year, a journey of me improving my ability in terms of reading and understanding more about these cards, and also for me really tapping into my intuitive feeling that I get when I'm doing these readings. I would like to thank everybody so much for viewing my videos over this last year. A massive thank you to everybody that has subscribed. A massive thank you for all the likes and dislikes, and also for all the comments that you leave. I try really hard every month to reply to everybody, but it's not always possible. But I do love the way that you all interact with each other, and how you do all seem to offer further help and support to each other through the comments, and I think that's fantastic. So just really, and also the other thing is a real big thank you to everybody that has asked me for personal readings in this first year. It's a real privilege to do personal readings. It proves to me that people have faith in my ability as a reader, and also trust in me that what I am going to tell you is going to be the truth and what I actually see and feel. So thank you so much. Now we're going to get straight into this reading. The central issue for the month of July is the major arcana, the Magician. It is in its reverse position. Now when it's in this position, it can talk about you may be feeling as though you don't have all the ingredients in order to create something that you are wanting. Now this could be work, this could be relationship, it can be many different things for all of you. But you may feel, as I said, that there are some ingredients here that either you don't have or that are lacking, and may be preventing you from being able to manifest what you want. The dark side to this Magician in the reverse is it can speak about somebody in a relationship setting that is maybe wearing a false mask, is maybe pretending to be something that they're not, pretending to have feelings that they don't have. It's not a nice individual if we're talking about that type of person. It's somebody that is really only in the relationship for their own benefit. As I said, somebody that is keeping a pretense up, somebody that is wearing this false mask. Now, the effects of the recent past, we do have the Four of Swords here. The Four of Swords can very much talk about, look, it can talk about a break in a relationship. Yes, it can. But it can also talk about you needing a time out in terms of stressful issues or situations that you have been going through. It talks about taking a rest, putting your thoughts to one side. It can as well talk about a break in communication, that maybe you and somebody else at the moment are either are not communicating with each other, or you are not communicating with somebody else, or them with you. Now, in your present, I'm having real trouble picking up these cards today. We do have the High Priestess, which in the Major Arcana comes directly after the Magician. So it's interesting to see that they are both in their reverse position, because again, with that High Priestess, it can very much talk about secrets. Somebody could have a hidden agenda here. Like I said, somebody pretending, somebody with a false mask. Quite often, and I don't want to offend anyone here, the High Priestess can speak about somebody that you could be in a relationship with, that maybe is in the relationship just for sex, and has no real intention of making a big commitment here, but is maybe not being forthcoming. The High Priestess, it talks about a decision that you may have to make. But you may be struggling with this decision if you feel that you don't have all the information, if you feel that there are secrets being kept from you. It can be difficult to make a decision if somebody is wearing a false mask. It's about you listening to your intuition here, listening to your gut instinct. Because I think if you're dealing with somebody like that Magician, then maybe intuitively you kind of get a feeling that something is not right here. Something is missing. Something is not adding up. Maybe their actions don't match their words. Whatever it is, something doesn't feel quite right. Now, in your advice position, positive or negative, we do have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups talks about nostalgia. And it is connected with our emotions and our feelings. The Six of Cups can very much talk about how maybe in some way you have been looking at this relationship through rose-tinted glasses. You've been wanting to maybe think that this relationship is all happiness and roses and all of those lovely things, when maybe deep down you have felt that that may not be the case. It can also talk about you looking back at this situation at times when you may have been both happier, or it may have felt like it was in that honeymoon period, before all of these negative feelings started to set in. You may very well be looking back at that time. But if you are looking at this relationship with those rose-tinted glasses, then you need to be very careful here, because it may not be what it seems. The person may not be being 100% honest with you. And it may be that you have decided to cut communication to gather your thoughts. Now, in your next advice, positive or negative position, we do have the major arcana. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. It is in its upright position. Now, it's a very karmic feel with the Wheel of Fortune. In our life, things go good, things go bad. The wheel goes in our favour, and then sometimes it doesn't. It's in its upright position. So it can very much talk about how maybe on some level things are going to start to turn around. The wheel may very well be starting to turn in your favour. It can talk about endings. An ending to a bad situation. And the wheel turning in your favour in order to create a new beginning here. It's a case of the thing that everyone goes through in their life. We all go through good times. We all go through bad times. The thing with that Wheel of Fortune is that, like I said, it's like a destiny. You have no control over this. Now, in your environment position, we do have the World card. Now, this is the very last card in the major arcana. It's in its reverse position. Now, what that talks about, the World card in itself is the ending of one chapter or cycle of our lives, in order for a completely brand new chapter to begin. When it's in its reverse position, it may be that on some level you are resisting the ending of this. Something is coming to a completion here. We can see that with the Wheel of Fortune, but you may be trying to resist it. Now, if this is talking about the breakdown of a relationship because somebody is wearing a false mask, it may be that you really do have to tap into your intuition this month. That you are going to have to make a choice or a decision here. And it may require you to take the blinkers off and stop viewing this relationship, as I said, through rose-tinted glasses. Because some new chapter in your life is waiting to begin, but at the moment you are trying to resist it. It's like the door's half open. And it's almost like you're peering through the crack of the door and you can see this new chapter, but for some reason you are resisting it. Maybe you're fearing it. Maybe going into this new chapter means that you have to completely let go of something in your present now. Something in your present that when you do look back to the beginning of this, it did seem very hearts and flowers and very lovely. But if somebody has been wearing a false mask and has not been entirely honest and truthful with you, then maybe it is time to close the door on this. Now, in the best path to follow, we've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. Now this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe some of you are involved with one of those signs. Maybe the other person you're involved with has one of those signs in their birth chart, their sun, their moon, or their rising. It doesn't even have to be one of those signs. It can very much talk about the energy of the other person. Maybe your energy as well. Because there's two aspects with this Knight of Wands. One, it can be about somebody being impulsive, restless, impatient, and lacking foresight. I don't think that's what this card is talking about in this situation. See, the thing with this Knight of Wands, very similar to the Magician, it can talk about somebody that you thought was sincere, but it turns out they were just playing a part to further their own aims or to suit their own needs. Again, somebody's words not matching their actions. This type of person needs to be treated very much with skepticism, because there is a real element of insincerity attached to that Knight of Wands. The good thing that I like to see for your outcome, we do have the Six of Wands. This is the victory card in the minor arcana. And this man has come back from a battle, a challenging situation. And he's come back victorious. What this is really saying is that if you are in this situation where you are dealing with this type of person, you're going to need to take those rose-tinted glasses off. You're going to have to listen to your intuition here, your gut feeling. You're going to have to make a decision. Don't try to resist the wheel turning in your favour. Stop looking back at this relationship when, as I said, it seemed all hearts and flowers. Because I feel that certain information is starting to come forward. And you're going to see that secrets have been kept from you. And somebody has not been entirely sincere here. And now it's calling for you to close the chapter on this. And if you can close the door on this, in order for this new whole chapter to begin, you're going to get victory here. You're going to be able to overcome this. But in order to do that, you're going to have to close a door. And as I said, you may, in this month of July, certainly in the first part, you may be really struggling with that. But I think if you can turn that World card into its upright position and start to move forward in the next cycle of your life, you're going to be able to gain some victory. Now, to go alongside these readings this month, I've decided to use my Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. Really beautiful colourful, vibrant cards. And not surprisingly for you, you got emotional withdrawal. And really this does kind of sit alongside that Four of Swords energy, about needing to take a break in terms of your thoughts and what you're thinking, but also the need to emotionally withdraw from this situation. If you're emotionally too tied up still with this, then you're not going to be able to close the door here. But with these cards, we do have further messages in the book that comes with the cards. So for this month, I am going to read the message. And it says, this card represents moving away or withdrawing from a current situation in your life. Whether it's an old love, a relationship, or leaving behind what was once familiar in search of new horizons or beginnings. On a physical level, it's easy to get caught up in the materialistic world, but it's just as important to retreat from the outside world to enable you to pause, reflect, and heal. Schedule some alone time so you can commune with your soul and give the power of spirit the opportunity to restore your energy level, giving you the vitality to move forward in a positive direction. The number 8 represents infinity, passion, control, and power. This is your time. Use this opportunity to tap into your heart and soul in order to find the courage and strength to continue your journey into that wonderful, undiscovered territory. And really, this message is just further highlighting what I was trying to say with that World card, about moving away and withdrawing from a current situation. About leaving behind what once was familiar in order for new horizons to open up for you. And if you can do that, then you're going to be able to gain this victory here. You can overcome this. Because the thing is, it's no good keeping yourself in a situation or in a relationship with somebody if they have been insincere, if they have been wearing a false mask here. It's no point keeping yourself in that situation. It's just going to bring further hurt. Stop looking back at the good times in this relationship. Take the time to withdraw your emotions from this situation, and take that break with that Four of Swords, even if it does mean completely cutting all communication. And welcome in that energy of that World card. Welcome in the new chapter that is waiting there for you. Like that, the card said about the new horizons that are there waiting for you. Very positive outcome there with the Six of Wands, Virgo. You can get through this situation. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.